the FCC. I've known Adonis for almost 30 years. I couldn't really have a conversation with him because, I had my own interests before the FCC. And, but since he's left the FCC, I've had a chance to have more dialogue. I don't know anyone who's more broader, more substantive, more understanding of the FCC, and I'm not just flattering you. And he's also a good Democrat. Right. How about that? We need good Democrats. Right. But I would really love for you to explain to our listeners the importance of the FCC.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on, Armstrong. Good to be here with Kobe.
Thanks,
and congratulations to you. You are now, as a result of this transaction, the single top minority broadcaster in the United States. So that's, whether you want to accept that mantle or not, it belongs to you.
Well, I
so
feel it.
Congratulations
what we do
to you.
every week, so thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
The FCC is probably one of the most important regulatory agencies in the country. It regulates, by law, the $800 billion plus telecommunications industry, telephones, broadcast television, radio, the internet, satellites, international communications. All 5 commissioners appointed by the president, usually three majority, 2 minority part of the party, and they are charged with regulating, according to the Communications Act, everything that happens in the communications space. It is an important, enormous agency with great reach and great power.
Kobe?
For example, there are 2 major transactions before the FCC right now.
Charter is one of them.
The Charter-Time Warner Cable merger, and a number of impending broadcast mergers. The FCC is charged with hearing all the testimony coming from public interest, so groups who are community groups, minority groups, independent broadcasters, independent programmers. They all have to come in and present their views as to why this merger should or should not go forward. And then the FCC has a decision to make. Is it in the public interest to allow for a company to combine and get bigger? And then, if so, under what conditions? And that's a really, really powerful piece of authority for an agency to have.
We're talking about the Federal Communications Commission, which regulates this industry that you call TV that you're watching now. And we have 2 of the experts, Kobe May, for full disclosure, who's my lawyer, has been my lawyer for a long time, and Adonis Hoffman, who served as the Chief of Staff to Commissioner Mignon Clyburn. Talk about the auction and spectrums and dollars and cents and what that all means.
So as I mentioned earlier, the FCC really is in charge of an $800+ billion telecommunications, infrastructure industry. In 2012, Congress empowered the FCC to have a series of auctions under the Spectrum Act. And what that means is that spectrum is the stuff that we can't see, but it's very important to us. It's what brings us our mobile power, brings us television stations, brings us radio. And what the FCC is now in the process of doing is looking to broadcasters to voluntarily give up some of their spectrum in an auction so that spectrum can be repurposed for mobile and wireless devices. That is a huge undertaking, and in next year, beginning in March, broadcasters are coming in and they're giving up their spectrum in an auction, voluntary auction, for sale. They have the option of keeping that spectrum, half of it, or selling it all together, and then that spectrum then goes to the federal government. The federal government takes it, will pay off some bills, and then put it out for another auction where the wireless and mobile companies will come in and buy it. It's a very interesting process. A lot of dollars, billions of dollars being traded in this whole process. And what it's going to do, Armstrong and Kobe, as you know, change the landscape of the communications industry and communications. That really is. That's the tension. So the mobile and wireless companies can provide the one-to-one communications. But when you talk about public safety, when there's a hurricane in your hometown in South Carolina, when there's a natural disaster out in California, people turn to the television stations to get their news and information. When it comes to local news and local, what happens with the high school that I care so much about, and the sports and the news, we tend to turn to broadcasters for that information, and that's really where the challenge is.
Business.
So access to capital is one issue. It's always been an issue for minorities who want to get in. That goes for women as well. So women, ethnic minorities who just can't seem to pull together all the elements that go into it. You got to have a wonderful line of credit. You got to have working capital. You have wonderful cash flow. All those things go into making
So
these
if
things.
you're advising someone today, if they were to get into TV ownership, what's the best route they could take if they were thinking about doing it in the future?
So my advice very quickly would be two things. One, we talked about this, try to get a low power station, in one market or another. Two, try to partner up with a larger broadcaster. So whether it's a network or affiliate or an independent, try to start off in that way and then begin to grow and to build.
Adonis, working for the FCC had to be difficult for you to leave.
Well, listen, I'm a lawyer. I've been a communications lawyer for the last 15, 20 years. I was in the advertising sector. I went there at a time of great opportunity and activity, net neutrality, broadcast ownership, 2 or 3 big mergers. And for me, it was a blessing. It was a wonderful time to work with a wonderful commissioner and a chairman. But the time has come, like all good things, had to come to an end. And I'm now back in private life and enjoying my time out.